my lovelies, Elsie here. Did your sneak peek for the week. How are you doing? Here we are with the new week. And yeah, I know it's not a Sunday, but listen, this is a reading for 7 days. So whenever you get this reading, no matter when you get it, it is going to be for the next 7 days, whether you get that today, tomorrow, or next year. That's how it goes down around here. And I have 12 decks to my left. I'm going to read from each of these decks here. And we are going to talk about what's going on for you this week for, about 10 minutes or so. So if you're here watching for your sun, moon, your rising, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Jupiter, please look down below in the description. You will see all of the time stamps there for each of the signs, or you can just scroll this video to find out what it is that you're looking for in terms of signs. Just going to ask you to please stop watching tarot just for your sun sign. It's just merely personality, and that changes based on who your friends are, based on who your family is. So that's really not a way of looking at compatibility if that's the way you're doing it. Listen, thank you so much for timestamping in the comments, but I'm going to remove those comments because I go through the trouble of timestamping this video because there are certain things I'd like you to hear about that reading. So anybody who's placing timestamps in the comments, thank you so much for your help. But I will be removing those comments because I don't need that kind of help. I go through making those timestamps for a reason in the places that they are. So thank you for your help. Listen, I've got private reads going on. If you're interested at all in a private read, please know right now there are 2 sales on. One is on the live read, so I will connect with you via video or phone. If you're interested in a live read, please look at the pinned comment, which will give you information about how to get to Hipsy to check my pricing and my timetable. If you book ahead, you will get a discount anywhere between 5 and 75% off. I currently have a reading sale on for the pre-recorded readings, and so that means I record them and send them to you. I do have many packages. I just added 4 new packages over on the pre-recorded side, so you will get 10% off of any of the pre-recorded readings. And there is a pinned, in the pinned comment, there is a code that you will need to get your 10% off on checkout. That sale for the pre-records is only on until the 31st, so you only have a few days left, my friends, as I do this reading. It is the 26th, I believe, today. So you only have about 4 more days to get in on the pre-recorded read sale. I will continue to run the sale that is on the live readings. Okay, so I think that's everything. I'm going to go ahead and start, and thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. And we are getting close. The veil is getting thinner, right? Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter, my fire family. How are you? Thanks so much for clicking here. Let's find out what's going on for you in the next 7 days. Aries. Tell me about Aries, please. What's going on for Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Tell me about Aries. Ooh, boy. All right. You're in for some changes this week, my friend. We're going to start with the big guns. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny has caught up with you, is what I'm going to say. It feels like something destined has caught up with you. The wheel's about to turn and something's about to change. Destiny is here, and something is about to expand in your life. We do have the Page of Wands. That little feeling of excitement that you feel in your gut here, I think that that's what this is. You're feeling the wheel that has come to make change in your life. We've got the 3 of Swords in the reverse, and we have the 5 of Wands. So I think that you're trying to fight the wheel, Aries. I feel that you're not really down for a change right now, but I think that I want to say that this feels like it is something that you have been fighting. Maybe you feel you're not ready because you're not quite over something that has broken your heart or disappointed you. The 3 of Swords is in the reverse, and it feels like in the past you were hurt by someone, something, or a situation, and I feel like you're still getting over that. But the Page of Wands is sort of this mix of the 3 of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Wands. It feels almost as if somebody is starting to get a little more optimistic about what is coming in the future, but also holding back. 5 of Wands is indecision and fighting, right? Fighting the Wheel of Fortune. I don't think that you're ready for a cycle to end or come to an ending here. I've got card number 10, the end of the cycle, but also the beginning, because 10s break down to 1s, right? So anything that is ending only ends with the purpose. Like its purpose becomes null and void because something new is waiting in the wings. Tell me what's changing here. What does Aries need to know? Tell me what's changing in the next 7 days for Aries. We've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. It feels like you're going to be more open to continuing communications with people. When the Four of Swords is in the reverse, it feels like you're done your healing for now. And I feel like it's time for you to reconnect. Reconnect to people, reconnect to your friend group possibly. We do have the Death card here. Something definitely has changed. The Death and the Wheel of Fortune are telling me that you've changed your feelings about someone or something. I feel like I was saying here that I feel like something, the card number 10, the only reason that something is ending is because something else is ready to be born or is ready to begin. And so the Death card comes here and qualifies that, right? And says, yes, there is an end of a cycle. I think that somebody here has not been well. Possibly you've not been feeling well, maybe feeling physically ill, but it also could be that maybe you've been having a hard time mentally. Like it feels like there's a lot of pressure on you to gain clarity about your life or go in a certain direction. When the Four of Swords is in the upright, for me, it's mental clarity or stability of the mind. And it feels like I want to say that if you've been cloudy or not really knowing, feeling like you don't really have a direction, I feel like that lack of clarity is coming to an end. And I do feel that with this Queen of Cups here, that you're coming back online with your empathic energy or your psychic energy. I feel like there's going to be clarity here that's coming. This indecision, I feel, is only because of past hurts. I feel like with the Queen of Wands here, you're ready to move forward, make a bold move here, and do something about possibly your workplace. Hierophant is corporation, but also stability, being securely on a path, following the rules, following a path that you know is going to work here. It feels like there is, I want to say somebody here probably has also some higher schooling. And what I mean by that is maybe you've got a degree of some sort. It does feel like somebody here has decided, I'm going to put all of that to use. The knowledge I have, my ability to be able to be solid and sturdy, even when things I'm not really sure of how I should move forward at this time. The Hanged Man is here, and I want to say that if you're the person who is in a pause right now and is kind of fighting change, I would say that the Hanged Man sort of tells the story about you slowing down, trying to get perspective. I feel like you are going to be ready soon to make a big bold move, but it might be in Sagittarius season because we do have the Queen of Wands here. Sagittarius season is coming up after Scorpio season is done, and so it feels like somebody here is going to make some sort of a big bold move. It could be in Sagittarius season, but it feels like you are trying to make a move. And when I say a move, it could be anything. A move toward love, a move toward a newer job, or something that is going to make you feel like you have more stability, like you're more sure of yourself. I feel like somebody here is having a hard time letting go of the past. And I feel like you're going to come upon perspective because of this Queen of Cups energy here. The Eight of Wands tells me this is what is going to give you the energy to move forward when you finally get your perspective. So I would say that slow down, cool your jets, because your time is coming where you're going to be moving forward, but this time is slowing you down for a reason. I feel like you're fighting change. You don't want anything to change, but I feel like without change, there's no progress, and you need to get a perspective on what you're doing in your Hierophant energy, whether that's higher self or corporation, or following some sort of plan, that's something that you've planned. It feels like things are going to be moving forward soon, but you have to have change in order for things to move. That's the bad news. The good news is things are changing. The bad news is things are changing. What's the outcome for Aries? We have the Six of Wands. We have the Sun. We've got double Leo here. Something is about to be really exciting and happy for you here. I feel like you've been fighting this moving having this movement forward here. I feel like you've been fighting it because you don't like change. Possibly you could be somebody who has a fixed sign energy. The Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarian energy. We've got it twice here, but it also is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. And it took us a long time to get here to this place because the card before the wheel is the Hermit energy. So it does feel like somebody's finally releasing themselves from some sort of hermiting energy, and something new is coming here. I think that you're going to be shocked at how surprisingly happy you are going to feel. I feel like it's really timely, or it's really important to look at the past and say, yeah, I came from a really hard place. The Six of Wands, right, is coming back from the war, coming back from the fight. But look, I feel like the worst is over here, Aries. And I think that something here is about to begin brand new. There's some good news coming, and it's going to make you very happy with the Sun and the Page of Cups. Tell me what's around the corner here. So something here has slowed to a crawl, but I feel like that's because change is taking place. It's giving time for things to change into the new cycle, and that's why things have started to slow down. We've got the Queen of Swords in the reverse. You're feeling a little bit out of balance, feeling like no matter what I say, it doesn't matter. Things aren't going the way I want them to. You feel a little bit out of sorts, or maybe argumentative, or feeling like, why is this always happening to me? It feels like you're going through some sort of a I would say you're going through some sort of narrow path is what it feels like. You've got to squeeze yourself through the narrow path, and it's aggravating you here. But look, it ends up in the Ten of Cups here. So the Queen of Swords being in the reverse is saying things and doing things that people don't necessarily like, but the Queen doesn't really care. The Queen is just going to try and be honest and truthful with the self, but it's going to cause arguments, fights, possibly with other people. I feel like you're going through this hard time because of the Six of Wands, but look, good news is coming. And I feel like you're feeling a little bit irritated or aggravated because you're stuck between the Three of Swords and the Page of Wands. You're stuck between this energy of I'm kind of pissed off because things didn't work out the way I wanted them to, but also this little bit of excitement about what may come in the future. And I think you go from the Page of Wands to the Queen of Wands, which is escalating quickly and moving forward into a more sturdy or stable time. You might be on a path by yourself, doing the thing that you want to do, but I think the perspective you're going to get is that this whole thing slowing down here was the universe slowing you down so you could make a slow change instead of throwing it at you all at once, so we could then gain momentum to move forward into the future with happiness here. We do have the Nine of Wands. It's probably because of this. It feels like the universe is giving you time to work on your past hurts. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior energy. I think you're holding on to something in the past here. You can see this person is clutching this last wand. It feels like you don't want to let it go. Look, some people don't know how to live without their trauma. They don't know how to live quietly by themselves. I was at a movie last night in a theater, and there was a family of four sitting up behind me. They could not stay quiet for the life of them. Some people just cannot be with themselves and be in silence. They just can't. So I feel like this time that things were slowing down is a time for you. It's like the calm before the storm. And the storm is coming, and you're going to get back on your fiery little feet and go and get what you want. But this is a time for you to get into perspective and figure out, this is like what's going to happen for the long haul, right? We've got Pisces energy, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and more Pisces. We've got Libra energy, Sagittarius and Cancer. We've got Scorpio. We've got double Leo, as I said here, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. And we've got Sagittarius energy here with Virgo and more Sag energy. So look, your Sag energy is getting back online, which means your fire energy, your go-getter energy, your independent, I can do it myself energy. It's coming back online. I just feel like this was maybe a bit of a lull to sort of try and get you to get things in order with the Hierophant energy. Speaking of the Hierophant, hello, Taurus. Here we go, my bull gang. How are you, friends? Let's find out what's going on for you in the next 7 days, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's going on with my Taurus gang. Tell me what's going on for Taurus in the next 7 days, please. Whenever you get this, Taurus, today, tomorrow, next year, be for the next 7 days. Taurus, we have you with the Queen of Swords. Ooh, okay. This is a week of honesty. It's a week of truth and balance. It's also a week for you to liberate yourself from silence, or from a place or a person or a situation. We have the Four of Swords to liberate yourself from silence. Now, I think, Taurus, this might cause a little bit of friction. I'm just going to say we've got the Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords, who's holding that sword in the air. Look, when the swords are in the air, I got something to say. So I feel like you've got something to say. Five of Swords is here. It could be contrary to what people around you think or feel. Fundamental differences is the Five of Swords, but I want you to have that liberation at any cost, my friend, even if it costs you friendships. We've got the Two of Swords. Taurus, you're going into this week making some sort of a decision that you have been keeping under the surface for a while. There's people around you who are going to see your liberation of the self as deceit, as you lying to them, as you keeping something from them or under the surface. I feel like there is this tug going on about this head over heart energy, because the Two of Swords is about trying to make a decision, and it's a permanent decision. It's cutting something out here. It might break hearts. I'm going to say 2 and 1 is 3. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. Taurus, I feel like you're at the end of the road, at the end of the line, I just heard the traveling Wilburys. Wondering what tomorrow will bring at the end of the line. I feel like, Taurus, that you can no longer avoid something, is what it feels like. You can no longer avoid the liberation process. I feel like you've been playing out in the background or not saying anything or being very diplomatic, right? That's Libra. You've been very diplomatic about something. And I feel like the Queen has the sword in the air only for the reason of deciding to cut something away, cut something off. I feel like I'm just going to drop this sword and say it, and whoever doesn't like it can back away from the table. That's totally their choice. But I think, Taurus, you're choosing you over something, someone, a situation, or a job. We've got the High Priestess in the reverse, because something is being revealed to you, or something is going to be revealed to you this week, and it's going to cause you to make a decision that you wouldn't have made if this didn't come to the surface. Judgment. Whoa. Wow, Taurus. There's something big going down for you this week. The Six of Pentacles is here, and it doesn't necessarily feel like it's bad. It feels like it has to do with your time, effort, energy, or money. It has to do with reciprocal energy in the way that you've not been getting back what you've been giving out. It feels like you are weighing and measuring in the mind. You are weighing and measuring what has worth, or how people in your life make you feel like you are worth it. The Judgment card here tells me that there is finally doing a 180. It's a thought process for you to bring your life back into balance. What is being revealed here is what I want to know. It's like something has been revealed with the High Priestess in reverse and the Judgment card. And now that you've seen it, you cannot unsee it, Taurus. And so something is about to change, because you're about to cut away a friendship or a relationship. We've got the Empress. Okay. So what has been revealed to you is, wait a second. Why am I playing this game of giving you what you need, pandering to whatever it is that you need? It really does feel like somebody is standing up to somebody, because although I feel that some of you could be a new Empress, to me, when the Queen of Swords and the Empress are on the table at the same time, this was the last queen that you had to learn in order to step fully into your Empress energy. Look, the Queen of Swords is probably among the hardest to learn, because it might be easy to be independent, but it's not all that easy to speak up, because when the Queen speaks up, people do push away from the table and they never come back. And so I feel like what's being revealed to you is, look, I don't need anything. I don't need your friendship. I don't need your love. I don't need this relationship. I don't need this job. It feels like somebody here is realizing that they've got it covered and they no longer need whatever somebody's been half-assing them. We've got the Six of Pentacles here. And I want to say that the Six of Pentacles is here because it feels like somebody has been has been breadcrumbing you, is what it feels like. You've been giving out more than you've been receiving. And I don't think you've asked for much, but I think you've gotten all of that, not much. We got the Five of Wands in the reverse. Now, the thing is that I think that you are going to speak loud and proud. I think you're going to say whatever it is you need to say. And you don't mean to ruffle feathers, because look, that's not the MO of the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords isn't here to cause a fight. The Queen of Swords is here to say, look, I just need to tell you exactly how I'm feeling about the situation. And if that means that you're going to push away from the table and never come back, then I'm willing to take that risk. But what's at risk here is my worth. And I am not going to play with that. Taurus, you are not playing this week. And so the Five of Wands being in the reverse tells me I don't want to have any grudges. I don't want to have any more hesitation about what I'm going to do for me in this life. Clarity is what you're going for here. I'm going to give somebody some complete clarity. I don't want to fight about this, but I'm going to let you know that I'm going to do the thing that I'm going to do for me. And if that is a problem for you, then maybe you should push away from the table and not come back. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. So it is a moment of confidence, Taurus. It's a moment of confidence. I have what I need. I am going to back away from the table now, or watch you back away from the table after I speak my truth and tell you exactly where I'm at, because I've noticed that you've been breadcrumbing me, and I think that whatever you say, Taurus, is going to change your life in a way that you have not experienced before. It is going to give you, this is a Chariot energy, it's going to give you, it feels like when you finally swing the sword, it cuts away everything that has been holding you back. And the Chariot tells me it's time just to move forward. The last Queen, I feel, is what you needed to discipline in order to be able to move forward here. I feel like you're doing this head over heart, my friend. I don't think that you are allowing people to get the best of you anymore. And I think you've come to a place where you've realized that people have gotten the best of you, but not because any other reason other than you were allowing it. And I think that you're no longer allowing it. Tell me what the outcome is for Taurus, please. We have the Five of Swords, and we called it out here, right? 4 and 1 is 5. We have the Page of Wands. Ooh, the Tower. So look, you are breaking down structures, the illusion that that you are supposed to hang back, stand back, be quiet in order to keep everything in balance. I feel like the Tower is here to tell you that that whole thing was a big illusion, that you can do this on your own. And understand, please, that when you are the Empress, you will do life on your own for a while, because you are now nobody can play. Now nobody can coerce you. Nobody can make you make a decision you don't want to. Once you have realized that you are the Queen of Swords, whatever you say goes. And that doesn't mean that you're not willing to compromise, because this is, feeling balanced. So you're going to do whatever is going to make your life stay in balance. It's not that you're hard to deal with. It feels like finally this, you took a risk to say something at any cost. No matter what the cost is, you're okay with it. And it brings a Tower. It shifts everything. And you finally do realize the life of an Empress, which is, you're not going to like the decisions that I make. And I'm okay if you don't like the decisions that I make, because the Queen of Swords is the truth. And the truth doesn't give a shit if you don't like it. The truth is just the truth. What's around the corner? We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. The Ace of Cups. And we've got the 4 of Cups in the reverse. You just released yourself. You released yourself from a place that I feel that you had become comfortable or in a comfort zone, trying to keep people steady and comfortable in your energy because you want people to speak kindly and well of you. And I don't think you give a shit anymore, honestly, because the 10 of Pentacles is here. You've got all you've got everything that you need here. You've got enough money, time, effort, energy. You're giving yourself good health, wealth. Somebody here is leaving a job to go to another job and just saying to them, look, I'm out because I need to be happy. It's my heart space that is at risk here. We do have the Seven of Cups. I feel like it was a hard decision for you. This is the illusion. The Tower comes to break through the illusion. Maybe you were thinking that you were happy there, that you were going to stay there for a while because you had been deepening a connection with somebody. I feel like this could be a relationship for some of you. It could be a friendship. It could be a member of your family. But with all these pentacles, it could definitely have something to do with your workplace. So there's a big shakeup coming this week. And I don't think it's bad for all of you, understand. I feel like somebody here is making a decision that is turning life in a way that you've always wanted it to go in, whichever direction that is for you. But up until the Queen of Swords showed up, you weren't ready to cut away. You weren't ready to lose friendships, lose relationships, lose a marriage, lose a job. You weren't willing to lose that. But you realized in order for you to get your balance or your equilibrium in your life, you're willing to let go what you have to let go. We do have Cancer energy. Pardon me. We have Taurus. We have Scorpio. We have Virgo energy, more Taurus. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We've got a lot of pentacles here today. We've got Pisces. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. A lot of that here today as well as Cancer. All right. Eeks, I'm just going to say, can we say, oh God, can we say Scorpio season? All right. Let's find out what's going on for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Yikes, that's all I'm going to say. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini. In the next 7 days, tell me about Gemini, please. Tell me about Gemini. Ooh, Gemini, look, there's some big energies coming out this week. Gemini, you're in the Emperor energy this week, which is to say you're in control of however the next 7 days goes down. There's something here that I feel that you are in control of. We've got the Star in the reverse. You have stopped feeling helpless over a situation that isn't or wasn't working out for you. It feels like you've stopped feeling like I have no control over that. We have the Seven of Pentacles here, and now you're just waiting to let the situation, we got the Seven of Wands here. You are waiting, and I feel like you're blocking your energy. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is about waiting, but it's also throwing your seeds in a different direction. It's throwing your seeds in, throwing the seeds of intention in a different direction. So your intention is, I feel, to block yourself from this hopeless feeling with the Seven of Wands here and step up into the Emperor energy to take control of something here that I feel that you have felt has been out of your reach or something you've had to defend yourself over. I feel like you're just doing this unapologetically. Look, the Emperor is that. If nothing else, the Emperor is like unapologetic. I'm doing this because I'm the one in charge. I'm doing this because I said so. We do have the Three of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like there is something that you are going to push forward and do. The Six of Cups tells me that you are the leader of the family. So it could be that you are the patriarch or the matriarch of a family. So maybe you're the eldest, right? The sister or the eldest brother, or maybe you're the father or the mother. But it feels like you are gathering everyone together in the family group or your soul tribe. And it feels like you're about to tell them that you are going to be taking charge of something and doing it independently. So it's like you feel as though you have to warn everyone that there was something here that you were losing hope over that you had been waiting on. But I feel like you've decided, no, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm going to get that thing. Or I'm going to make it happen. But I need to do it on my own. But you feel the need to tell everyone around you. I feel like you're gathering them all together in one place to do it. Tell me what else is going on here. What is this? We've got the Nine of Swords. So there is a little bit of a worry. What's the worry? The Eight of Pentacles. That it's going to be a lot of work because you're doing it on your own. Somebody here could be opening a business or You could be someone who is engaging in higher education. It feels like there is something here that you're doing for more money. The reason that you're doing it is because you need more money. Maybe you don't need, maybe you want. So it feels like somebody here is trying to build a business, build their finances, build their reputation, build their knowledge. Now, I feel like there's something here that you have been scrutinizing or going over for a really long time that you know is going to work out in your favor. It feels like there is an offer here to make more money, but okay, I'm just going to give you a scenario. It feels like somebody's leaving the band. Like, it feels like that kind of scenario. Now, it doesn't have to be that you're a musician, but you could be Gemini. I know a lot of Gemini musicians. It feels like somebody here is like departing the band or the group or the family or the soul tribe and saying, I've got to go out and do this on my own now. I've got to break away to make more money because this is the rest of my life. It feels like somebody's getting very serious with the Pentacle energy and the Emperor being here. And although there's a little bit of worry about what the future will bring, I feel, Gemini, that you are saying, I don't think I'm going to do whatever the group or the crowd wants me to do anymore. I think I've got to do something for me. The Six of Pentacles is here because I'm going to say that I think that the people that you've been engaging with in terms of this, whatever this thing was that you were losing hope for and hope about, and the thing that you were waiting on, it almost feels like they weren't helping you anyway. It feels like they were depleting you more than they were giving to you. So I want to say that maybe you've been trying to save money to start a business, and maybe you're giving money, supporting family members or friends or people around you. I feel like as fast as it was coming in one side, it was going out the other. So I feel like you're gathering people together to tell them that you're going out on your own and being independent, that you're going to get something, Queen of Wands, and you don't care if they see you scrape your knees as you fall to the ground, but your resilience is what is going to take you into the 10 of Pentacles, which is about the next 10 or 18 years. To me, Pentacles are years, right? It feels like you're making a really big move, and you don't, how can I say? It's not that the Emperor doesn't care if you don't like their moves. It's that the Emperor is so sure, because they're so strategic and they've thought it over. The Eight of Pentacles is here. There's no stone left unturned here, Gemini. You know what you need, you know what you want, but the only reason you haven't been going is because there's been a group of people that you love that has your heart space, that is your soul tribe or your band or whoever it is, and it's like they have been trying to talk you out of it for a while. And I don't think that they've been saying to you, hey, don't do that thing because you're going to be leaving us behind. I don't think it's that. I feel like they're slowly trying to talk you out of sitting on your throne because it wouldn't benefit them. Because you're the one who's been very giving, Six of Pentacles. You're the one who has been giving more than everyone else has. What's the outcome, please? We've got the King of Cups in the reverse. This is not an easy thing for you to be honest and truthful and forthright. And I'm finally bringing it from the bottom to the top. I'm finally just going to be honest with you guys about how I feel about a situation. And I feel like this is something that is really going to end up being very emotional for you. And look, the Emperor doesn't usually share emotion, or, you know, the Emperor is the King of Cups, but usually King of Cups in the upright when the Emperor is in the room. But I think that this King of Cups in the reverse is telling me somebody is not able to contain themselves emotionally. It feels like this is I'm going to say that you have all the details and the analytics, and you know that this is going to make more money or this is the right step, but it almost feels like a crapshoot. I'm going to say with the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Swords, it feels like it's a little bit of a crapshoot, but in your gut, in your intuition, you know that it's going to work, but everyone else has been saying, there's no hope for it. That's why you're holding back, because you know it's not going to work. I think you're blocking out all the worry and you're going for it. We've got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands would go for it, Gemini. I think that you're going for it. So whatever it is that you're doing here, it feels like you need to break away from the crowd in order to do it. They want you to stay. So maybe you're deciding to sell everything and move to another country. It feels like you are doing it because it's the best thing for your empire. And you're no longer doing things that are best for nostalgia's sake. It's like, just because I've known you for all of my life, I'm not going to allow you to derail me. Just because you're my best friend, I'm not going to allow you to derail me. Just because we've been in this band for a long time together, I can't allow you for me to put away my opportunities just in order to stay in your vibration. I want to move to my own vibration. What's around the corner? Yeah. Look, I feel like your stability is rocked just a little bit over the next 7 days. And I don't think that you thought that it would be this impactful for you, because as the Emperor, you're someone who always remains in control. You're always someone who is in control. But the Five of Swords tells me that this is going to be a cat fight. It feels like you're going to have a lot of people against you. You're going to have to do this at any cost. And with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, this could be impacting your confidence. Whatever these people that are in the Six of Cups and Three of Cups are, I feel like they're going to be impacting your confidence. They're going to be telling you, okay, fine, but when you come back crawling back here, I'm just going to say I told you so. The moon, the truth is, with the moon and the Nine of Swords here, is that you really are worried about what might transpire in the future. I'm telling you, it's going to work out for you, whatever chance you're taking here. Go for it. There we go. Eight of Wands says go for it here, Gemini. I don't know if it's something, maybe you're leaving somewhere to go somewhere else, a relationship or a friendship, but it feels like in order to get what you want, the 10 Pentacles in the future, you've got to leave somebody behind. And I think that you've been in a pause, sort of observing everybody around you. It's almost like I go to dinner and I look at everybody around me and I think, they don't even know what I've got planned. They don't even know, the band doesn't even know that tomorrow I'm coming back here to tell them that I've sold everything and I'm going to Hollywood. Or whatever it is. It feels like that sort of energy. We've got Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Cancer and Pisces, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got Sagittarius. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, and Aries here. These are going to be long readings. They feel very long-winded already. Oh my gosh. Let's find out what's going on for you, Cancer. Tell me about Cancer. Oh, we left one here. What's this one? Oh, Justice. Okay. All right. Tell me about Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer, something is being restored or being made right for you. That's what the Justice card is. It's the one I left over there by accident. Tell me about Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days, please. Tell me about Cancer. Ooh, the Empress. Okay. I just got a little real, right? We could be talking about your abundance, your stability, stepping into a new vibration. Tell me about Cancer, please. We've got the Ten of Swords. So the thing is this, the hard thing about the Ten of Swords and the Empress being together on the table is that you do realize that in order for you to step into this new vibration with your own stability, the things that you do for yourself, moving into a place where you're creating something or moving into a new cycle or vibration of your life, this is what's got to happen first. You've got to release things. You've got to let them go. It's going to be painful. You've got to leave people in the vibration where they've decided to stay. Not everybody can follow you into your Empress energy. The Empress energy is a different energy because the Empress is not asking for any help. The Empress is not asking for external validation. The Empress is making decisions based on their own intuition, and I don't really need for you to tell me what to do. I'm that sure of myself. So I feel like you're going to break some hearts, disappoint some people. Some people are going to feel betrayed by you stepping into your Empress energy, and I know that from experience, my friends. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles because you know what's on the table, literally and metaphorically. What you know is the Ace of Pentacles is here. I'm at the beginning of the rest of my life, at the beginning of a solid new chapter in the 3D, and I understand that we have had this connection or nostalgia that we've built, or the friendship we've built, or the relationship. I understand that I've been around supplying everything for everyone for a long time, making all the meals, cleaning the house, doing the laundry, but I can't do that anymore. And the people who were benefiting from that around you here, Cancer, are going to feel like you're betraying them. But truthfully, what you're doing is you're stepping into your most abundant timeline. You're stepping into this Empress energy with Taurus and Libra energy. You're stepping into the most balanced timeline, the most solid, grounded, dependable. Your money's good. You're independent. You don't really need to ask anybody for directions. You'll figure it out yourself. Tell me about the Empress. We've got the Star. So I want to say, look, there's not much to worry about here. You're being blessed. Your wish fulfillment is here. And I feel like you are feeling quite hopeful. And you know that there are going to be people who are not going to be happy with you. We've got the World card. Something here has definitely come to an end. You are making some sort of really big shift this week. And the shift is because I feel that you've told somebody no. Or a group of people, because the Six of Cups is here. You said, no more. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't enjoy those family dinners. I'm not going back to another family dinner. All y'all do is argue and fight. Whatever it is, it feels like it's super impactful to the rest of the family or the friendship group, or really hard on the fact that you are, if you're a Taurus, in this Taurus Libra energy, and you don't, of course you're Cancer, you could have a Taurus Libra connection, but you don't have to. But with this Emperor showing up is, I know my worth, and I understand that we've been together for 20 years, or we've been friends for all of our life, or we grew up together. But the truth of the matter is, you're going to feel betrayed that I'm actually doing what's good for me. Then you weren't good for me to start with. So the World card is here. I feel like you are ending a chapter of your life. And what is showing up now on the other side of the World card is you have shifted into your wish fulfillment. And shifting into the wish fulfillment takes bravery. It takes doing the things that you had never done before. The World card tells me that that took a very long time. All of the fixed signs, right? Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, take a very, very long time to make their decisions, and that's why everybody deems them as being stubborn. But I feel like you've been hopeful, and you've been looking at your wish fulfillment, and I think you're about to accomplish that. I think a wish is being fulfilled here because you have decided that it's time for you to go home, or go to the place that you feel like is home. The Six of Wands is here. Look, you're showing up as the Empress here, whether you're feminine or masculine, because I feel that you've come out of the dark night of the soul. The Six of Wands is coming from a place where you were in the war or in the fight. It's a dark place, and you're coming to a place where other people are cheering you on. And I don't think that the people that are cheering you on or the family or the close friends or the relationship that you're in. I think that these are people who don't know you but admire you for stepping into your Empress energy and going forward with the Ace of Pentacles, deciding that this is the place, the beginning of something. When I plant this pentacle, I'm investing in myself. And I think there are people around you who have realized that you are creating opportunities, that you're creating excitement, that you are creating new memories with them. We've got the Hanged Man in the reverse. It's because somebody here has had a realization. You've had an aha moment or a realization that I'm the one hanging here from the tree of life. My life has been in a pause. I've been looking at this with perspective for a really long time, but knowing full well that if I step out of a vibration and into my own vibration, that somebody here is going to say, you have deceived me. You've betrayed me. You're leaving me to go off and have your own life. Look, there's a lot of parents out there who do that. They just disable their kids because they don't want the kids to leave the nest, right? And so there is somebody here who's been codependent. We've got the Four of Cups in the reverse. You are definitely leaving some sort of a comfort zone. And I feel like you were stuck there. You know, the thing is that when the Four of Cups is in the upright, the comfort zone is in cups. And so that's emotional energy. I don't think you wanted to rock the boat. I feel like you didn't want to rock the boat. But it came to a place where you had to create your own opportunity because you came to this aha moment that you could no longer ignore. Look, we have these big big major arcanas here. We've got the World, we've got the Star, we've got the Hanged Man in the reverse nonetheless, and the Magician. So you have decided, I am the creator. I'm the one creating my own path, and I can't allow someone else to hijack my path just because I love them or grew up with them, or I decided, 20 years ago that I was going to enter into a relationship that I realize I have outgrown now. So we have the Nine of Cups. It is you coming into alignment. And so there's going to be somebody here who is going to feel great about coming into alignment, because you're creating opportunities after realizing what your worth is. And I feel like this accomplishment or milestone is huge, but I honestly feel like you're going off to a new group of people in order to celebrate that. I don't think that the group that you're leaving behind here is going to be very happy with you. Got the Death card, and the Death card is definitely about something that is transitioning. We're in transformation. Something is ending so something else can begin. Three of Cups, so I can find my soul tribe, so I can find the group of people who will celebrate me. The Page of Pentacles is here because it's time for me to begin anew. The one thing I'll have to tell you, I don't know if you're interested in hearing it, but the one thing I'll have to tell you is when I started this journey, tarot, getting online, it's not my friends and family who support me. Actually, there's not very many of them that do. They're not the ones that are here subscribing and being in the comments. It's not them. It's the ones who I didn't know, who also were on the same path that I met along the way. All of you, right? The people that I met along the way who are cheering me on, and I cheer you on the same way. And I think that's what the Six of Wands is in this reading for you here. So I feel like the Page of Pentacles is telling me you're at the beginning of something great, something that is solidified or materialized finally is a group of people who celebrate you. But I think that you have to leave the old group of people in order to move on to the new group of people. The Queen of Swords is here. They're going to see you as someone who's hard to deal with, someone who is so blatantly rude. How dare you be honest with me? It feels like, the Queen of Swords can be someone who's really hard to deal with because they're dealing in head over heart stuff. I'm not dealing in emotions. I'm just telling you, this is what I need to do. I know my worth, and now I need to move forward because I've waited long enough for you guys to catch up, and you've decided you're not coming with me. So I feel like you feel like the wounded warrior. The Hermit here, I feel like you are disconnecting from a group of people and saying, you know what? I will come back round when I'm back in alignment. The Hermit energy tells me that you have gotten your spiritual self in alignment. It doesn't stop you from being the wounded warrior. I think that you're going to have to be resilient from here because you're the truth talker. You're the truth sayer here. And the Queen of Swords is the one who's giving the truth, and whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, that's okay. The truth doesn't care if you like it. The truth is just the truth. And the Queen of Swords is not here to hurt feelings. The Queen of Swords is here to clear the air, bring clarity, get balance, be in equilibrium with the universe and themselves. And we have the High Priestess, and you've got your intuition back. We've come full circle. So it feels like you've got your intuition back, and now it's time for you to really dig deep. The well is here, to look deep into the well and find out what is there for me. I have to figure out what is there for me. It's time for you to really dig deep and figure out what is going to be good for you and what is not going to be good for you, and not based on what everyone else wants for you, but based on what you want for yourself, Cancer. We've got Piscean energy, more Pisces. We've got Virgo, more Pisces. Look, it's all intuitive here. The Magician energy is here, Gemini, and Aries energy. It feels like somebody here has decided, I have everything that I need in order to make the decisions that I need to make to move forward. And you already saw that we had the Ace of Pentacles on the table. We've got Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, more Aquarius energy. We have Libra and Taurus, more Scorpio energy. This is all going down in Scorpio season for sure. For sure it is, Cancer. All right, Leo. Tell me what's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo for the next 7 days, whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, next year. It's always going to be for the next 7 days. So that means you can go back into the archives and see what was going on back there, and that will be for your next 7 days, because maybe you didn't see that back there. Let's find out what's going on for Leo. Leo, we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. That tells me that something here is either slowing down or you're coming into balance. This might be a week of getting things back into balance where you feel like you're not running here and there. You're starting to catch your footing. We do have the Four of Cups. I feel like you are rejecting anything that is going to screw with your balance. It's going to screw with your stability here. We've got the Three of Swords. Yeah, it does feel like you're going to reject anything that is not of the Two of Pentacles in the reverse energy. Anything that is not going to leave you stable. I feel like, ooh, look at that, just popped right out. That you've decided, I'm not dealing with that. The Four of Cups is the rejection with the Three of Swords. I'm rejecting the Three of Swords. Don't tell me it's not going to work. I feel like the High Priestess is here because you are not arguing about it. I don't think that you're telling people about it. I feel like it's just an internal thing for you, that you're like, I'm just going to reject anything that is of negative energy, anything that will hurt me, anything that is against what I'm thinking, doing, or saying. It feels like I'm not letting the Three of Swords in this week. Not today, Satan. That's what it feels like. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles, please. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels like you are on stable ground this week. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Five of Pentacles. And we've got, ooh, the Wheel. I like it. All right. So I feel like what's going on here is with the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is lack, but it is also detachment. It does feel like you're detaching from the Two of Cups. This kind of seems like a theme this week of people who are, people who have connections, emotional connections. I'm connected to you, you're connected to me, but something here has fallen into lack. It feels like somebody here is, this ends up being one-sided, and you had to get into the Two of Pentacles in the reverse in order to be able to balance things. The Wheel of Fortune is here, which tells me everything is changing. So the Wheel of Fortune is expansion. I feel like if you have been low on money here, if money had been an issue for you in the past, I feel like your finances are about to expand. Your money is about to change. Your lack is about to change. It feels like you were focused on something in the past. It's like maybe it was a relationship or a connection with somebody that you had exchanged cups with. It doesn't have to be romantic. The Two of Cups isn't always romantic. It is deeply emotional. It's a deep emotional bond, but it almost feels like this was pulling you off track, the deep emotional bond, and I think that you had to disconnect from it in order to move forward. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is pulling you out of a friendship, a relationship, something that was deeply emotional for you, but was causing lack. So I feel as though this connection was pulling you off track here. The Wheel of Fortune is changing that and expanding its destiny. It's time to do that. Tell me more about this. We've got the Eight of Swords. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is you feeling in your head about it, right? Overthinking it, obsessively thinking about wanting to have some sort of creative burst of energy moving forward. It feels like now that it feels like this week things are balanced for you, and now it's time for you to move ahead with excitement. But I think that there is something that worries you or something that keeps you up at night, and that is that you have to disconnect from friendships, and it might only be for a week, understand, but it feels like you have to disconnect from something that fell into lack in order for things to change. You have to make the decision to want to move forward and to get your stability. You have to ignore or block out the Three of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords here. So somebody here is going to see this as betrayal. Maybe you do, maybe they do. But as you move forward, I feel like it feels like you could be pulling away from a friend or a deep connection that you have, maybe a relationship. that isn't for you, and you knew it wasn't for you, but you weren't pulling away because you didn't want someone to feel betrayed or someone to feel super hurt, painful to end all of this. We've got a progression, 8, 9, 10. So it almost feels like in the next 7 days, it starts probably today or tomorrow, whenever you see this, and then it grows. It feels like it grows from the 8 where you're thinking about obsessively and don't know what to do about it, to the 9 where I'm worrying about it, to the 10 where I've just got to let it go because the Ace of Wands shows up. I've got something I've got to do, and it's pretty exciting, and I've got the stability this week to do it, so I am going to do that. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the 7 of Swords. Someone's going to see you as a liar. Someone's going to see you as someone who is deceitful. Someone who is not saying why they're backing away from this relationship, this friendship, whatever the 2 of Cups is. It feels like this Death card and the 7 of Swords, it almost feels like a ghosting, or you just pull away your energy is what it feels like. You are focused on yourself. You are focused on your money. You're focused on work. Maybe you've got a new job, but you have to disconnect from everything and everyone else around you, maybe just for this week, in order to get your solid footing on something. It feels like something that's brand new because we're only at the 2 of Pentacles, right? And so I feel like you have to pull away, stop answering your texts, stop answering the phone calls, stop allowing people to pull you off track, because there's something here that needs your full attention, and people are not going to be happy with you because you are not catering to their every need. But everything is changing, and you're just trying to hold on or hang on. Got the 5 of Cups, got the 6 of Cups, and we've got the 4 of Wands. So it feels like probably there is either a soulmate connection here, could be soulmate friends, could be soulmate lovers, but it also could be a relationship. It could be that somebody in your household is needy, and to say. It feels like they're needy, someone you've spent a lot of time with. It feels like this person is going to be unhappy with you. They could be a water sign or a fire sign, so Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. It feels like somebody here is going to be unhappy with you because you are pointed forward, you're pointed into the future, and they are trying to drag you back into whatever it is that they're doing. So I think that you're used to sacrificing yourself in order to help somebody else. But this week, I feel like you're focused on yourself and pulling your energy away from them. And they're going to see it as you trying to hurt their feelings. You're not talking to them. You're lying to them. Maybe they think because of this pulling away energy with the Death card and the 7 of Swords that they feel like maybe you're seeing somebody else, or you're cheating on them, or it feels like somebody here is going to accuse you, of doing all sorts of things. But look, the Queen of Swords is here to just set it straight. I'm just going to tell you, look, this is what's going on. I have to focus on whatever this is. I have to focus on whatever's coming up in the future here. This is a new beginning here, and it's exciting, and I've got to put all my focus on it because it's something that is really important to me. And I think that everyone else around you, Leo, is used to you forsaking yourself in order to help them do what they need. But this expansion's coming, and you can't fight the Wheel of Fortune. Everything is changing, and they're going to have to find a new normal. You can't be taking care of everything all the time because you're the person who needs justice. Something here is coming back into alignment or is realigning itself here, and you need to strike while the iron is hot. It's like, well, we say in the farming community, I say we because I used to live in a farming community, you make hay while the sun shines, right? You don't do it in the rain. You make hay while the sun shines. And if that means it shines for 7 days straight, that means you're working 7 days straight, and everyone else around you is going to know that you're just going to be in the field for 7 days, and that's a problem for them, then that's a problem for them. But you need to get it done while you've got the fire burning, right? Striking while the iron is hot here. And the Judgment card is, that's my decision. I have to bring balance and healing back into my own life in order to get this off the ground. So there might be people around you who are not necessarily happy about your truth and honesty. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, and Cancer. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. More Scorpio energy. And more Cancer energy. We've got Capricorn as well. All right. Let's find out what's going on for you, Virgo. Tell me about Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. me what's coming up in the next 7 days. Whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, next year. The next 7 days for Virgo, please. Tell me what's going on for Virgo the next 7 days. We've got the 10 of Cups. This is going to be a good week for you. Emotionally balanced, emotionally happy. You're going to have all the things that you need emotionally. Feels like you will be with the ones that you love, possibly. We have the 6 of Cups. Oh, that's really lovely. 6 of Cups and 10 of Cups is the people who you have known forever, or these are happy thoughts, happy memories, happy dreams. This is a dreamy state, right? Pisces, and I feel like it's like a dream state, possibly. For some of you, maybe it's a good dream, or you're living a dream. It could be, but the 6 of Cups is here, and it feels like it is a nostalgic, or maybe it's family or friendships, but whatever it is, it's 10 Cups. It's making you very happy, emotionally content. We've got the 5 of Swords, and we've got the Ace of Swords. Very interesting, hey? So the 5 of Swords is, I am going to protect my peace at any cost. So you go ahead and say what you've got to say, but I'm going to be very truthful and honest with you about what I'm going to say back to you. I feel like this week, Virgo, you are protecting your peace at any cost. So it feels like you're going to be honest with whomever shows up and say, look, if you don't like the way I'm running my life this week, then you're going to need to walk away. Because I have a path that I'm following this week. I'm going to be just super honest with you right now about what I'm going to accomplish this week. And if that doesn't work with your schedule, then we're going to have to reconvene at a different time. The 5 of Swords is, I'm going to do anything I can to protect my peace. The 6 of Cups tells me, I feel like in the past that you had this place. I feel like you allowed it to, it feels like in the past you did have this contentment. And maybe you're just reestablishing boundaries with the 6 swords here. You might be reestablishing boundaries that, look, I'm not going to allow anything to be chaotic in my life this week. I'm just going to tell you straight up that I'm moving forward to a calmer place, and I'm going to protect my peace. What's this? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. We've got the 8 of Swords. We've got the 5 of Cups. Ooh, people are going to try and bring their bullshit to you. That's for sure. Misery loves company, right? We say it all the time. We've got the 2 of Cups. We've got the 5 of Cups. And we've got the 8 of Swords. So, you know what it is? I feel here, Virgo, that you're going to have to really do your best to disconnect from drama. I feel like you either have very dramatic friends or dramatic family members, but for whatever reason, they seem to think that you're the person that can sort it out for them because, well, you are the person who's always in service. You're the person who's thinking it out for them, right? You're the person who's logical, practical. You're kind of psychic in your energy, so you can figure things out for people. I think people come to you for advice, for help. Can you help me with this? I feel like you have people who have a lot of drama in their life around you, and I think that this week is the week where you protect your peace at any cost. We've got the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. It tells me that there are people who are engaged in non-stop drama, and it could be relationship drama, it could be friendship drama, but it feels like it is these are people or a person who you are very close to or you have a deep bond with, and this week you're avoiding them. This week I don't even think you're avoiding them. I don't think you're ghosting them or pulling away. I think you're just being honest and saying, look, I don't have time for your drama and your bullshit this week. I'm trying to protect my peace this week. It could be a week that you booked off holidays and now everybody's at your door trying to get you to fix their eaves troughs or paint their house. I feel like you're just trying to do what you're trying to do for you this week. We do have Justice in the reverse, oh boy. Oh no. Tell you about Justice in the reverse. We have the Devil in the reverse. Okay. All right. That's looking a little better. Tell you about the Devil in reverse. We've got the 9 of Wands. Okay. You are relieving yourself of any guilt of not doing the things that other people want you to do for them. Look, I can't give you any justice. I'm not here to give you advice this week. I am not answering my phone, or I am going away to the cabin, or I feel like you are just in complete disconnect this week. That you are not giving anyone else legal advice. You could be a lawyer. You could be a doctor. Like, it feels like you're a person who's usually on call for people. And I feel like this week you're relieving yourself of any of the guilt of having to be resilient and be on call for everybody else. So protecting your peace at any cost here. Yep. The King of Cups is the one who's really quiet, right? The one who is like, I love you, but quit being an asshole. That's the one who is quiet. I'm going to leave it under the surface. I'm not going to say anything. You're going to have to take care of it yourself. I love you deeply, but you're just going to have to take care of your own bullshit this week. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Woo! You're serious. This is serious business, Virgo. We've got the Knight of Wands. All right. This is what happens, right? When you are in the service of other people for so long and all of a sudden you lay a boundary and you say, I'm not talking to anybody this week. I need time for me. All of a sudden, this is what happens. Boom. Right? All of a sudden, you start to see people for who they really are. You start to see the people who just are around you for what they want for themselves. Look, the Knight of Wands can get a bad rap because the Knight of Wands is the one who is really sort of doing things for themselves, selfishly, right? I'm trying to fulfill my own passions. I'm trying to quench my own thirst. And I feel like when the Seven Swords is here in the reverse, people are revealing themselves to you about who they are. So when you start to put up these blocks, these blockades, people are really going to, you're really going to see people for who they are. I do feel like there are, we could be talking about someone who I feel that you supply with financial things or earthly things. So material wealth, or maybe you buy them groceries, or maybe you pay their rent, or I feel like you help them in some small way with the Page of Pentacles by giving them gifts or whatever. But it feels like there is going to be a person or multiple people who are going to show you exactly who they are because you are about to protect your peace this week. Tell me what's around the corner for Virgo. What is that? High Priestess. Got the Page of Wands. You're listening to your intuition here. And yep, you're staying solid. And I like that. That's your energy, Virgo, right? You're staying confident. You're staying solid. You're listening to your intuition. Your intuition is on fire, I would say. And you are just remaining silent. Look, silence is an answer, Virgo. You know that as well as I do. Maybe sometimes when people go off on you, when they start to reveal themselves, the fiery side of them comes out and they start acting desperate, banging on your door, texting you 40 times, calling you 36 times. I feel like that your intuition is on fire here, but you remain silent, confident, stable. I just got to do something for myself this week. I got to act like I'm single this week. I just got to be doing things for me this week. Seven of Pentacles. And they're just going to have to wait. It's not like you're abandoning them. Look, it might just be 1 week, right? You're not abandoning them completely. But I feel like they're just going to have to wait because look, your basket is full. You've got things that you've got to do for you. 3 Pentacles in the basket, right? It could be a seminar that you're going to. It could be that there is a group, a community, or friends. It feels like you're going away with friends. Yeah, it does feel like there is something that there's someone around you who's going to have to wait. And for them, it's going to be a painful wait. They're going to feel like you abandoned them or that you've closed the door. But it is what it is. I feel like you got to get that shit in line. You have to teach people how to treat you, Virgo. And I think this is your opportunity to do that. We have Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra energy, Pisces. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, more Pisces energy, and we've got Sagittarian energy, more Virgo energy. All right, Libra. Tell me what's going on for Libra in the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Libra, whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, or next year, it'll be for the next 7 days. Tell me about Libra. Got the Ten of Swords. Letting go of something that you've been hanging on to, but it's been painful. Oh, geez, I just saw somebody holding onto a sword. And as they're holding onto the sword, like the blade of the sword, it's cutting their hands. It's like, you need to let this go. because it's cutting you. There's something here. It feels like it's from the past. It might be a painful thought process, something that happened in the past. It might be that you were betrayed in the past. We've got the Chariot. Yeah. It feels like it was emotional pain is what it is. It's emotional pain. And I feel like this is the week where you finally release it and get stable again with your energy. It feels like it's going to cause, there's going to have to be some discipline here. You've got to release it. Look, the Ten of Swords is a painful place to be, and you don't have to, you don't have to be there. You don't have to choose to be there. This is necessary for the end of something, but understand that these are cycles of minor arcana, right? When we're talking about the 10 swords. So you could release it and then get back into it with the Ace of Swords, but be careful with that. I feel like there is something here that's really emotionally painful for you that you've been holding under the surface, but it's time for you to discipline yourself and make a push forward to release something that I feel you've been holding on to. It's a pain. It's a thoughtful, it's an emotional or a pain of the mind. It feels like it's an old memory, an old emotional memory. It feels like it just shows up when you don't want it to, and that's the way the memory works, right? It'll just show up at the most inopportune time. We could be talking about a relationship that broke up, or a divorce possibly. It could be maybe a time when you were fired from a job. It feels like it's in the past though, and it feels like you still carry that pain with you today as though it's really real. We've got the Knight of Cups energy here. It feels as though you've been hanging on to this for a while. It's time for you to let it go. But in the mind's eye, it feels like it's a strategic reason that you're holding on to it. It's like, it's almost like you feel like you deserve the pain of, it could be a relationship that you let go of, or a job that you quit in the moment. It feels like whatever it was, it impacted you for years to come. And I think that now at this place, this thing could have happened 10 years ago. For some of you, it could have happened a month ago. Could have happened 7 years ago, 7 days ago, 10 days ago. But it feels like it's something that you're carrying with you, and it's time to let it go. How are you going to be able to let this go here, Libra? Because I think it's blocking you from like a romantic future, or it's something that I feel has got you feeling in lack about romantic things. It feels like it's blocking you somehow, that you do want to move forward with the Chariot, but it is blocking you somehow because you're sitting here in the Ten of Swords. It's time to let it go. Look, I can't even see it any clearer than that, right? The Six of Swords is telling you, get out of the chaos of the mind and go to the calmer place. It's time for you to finally release it. You don't have to stay there if you don't want to. The Five of Wands is here. It's up to you to find a place to lay your wand. We've got the Four of Swords here, healing the mind. The Four of Swords is healing, right? Healing and decision. So what I love about this particular depiction is we've got 4 people who have found the place that is appropriate for them to put their wand. And then we have this one in the middle who's got indecision. I'm not really sure if I want to commit or make something permanent, right? So I think for you, what you don't want to do is permanently let it go. I don't know why you're holding on to it, but it feels like this is the time for healing with the Four of Swords here. It's time for you to heal it. It's time for you to let it go. And it's time for you to move to a calmer place. We've got the Lovers in the reverse. It could very well be a relationship, a marriage. 10 Pentacles is here. Something that you've not been able to let go of that's over already and has been over for a little bit. We've got the Five of Swords. It's like you're holding on to it at any cost here. Why is that? The Five of Swords and the Knight of Cups reminds me of somebody who is romanticizing the past. It was really hard. We argued, we fought, we have fundamental differences. We never agreed on anything, and it was just always a lot of drama and chaos in terms of emotional stuff. And so I feel like the Five of Swords and the Knight of Cups is telling me that this was an emotional roller coaster that you were on. If it does feel like you are still holding on to or thinking about like regrets from letting something go in the past. It does feel like somebody here is single and has been for maybe 5 months. 5 days, could be a week or 10 days for some of you. It feels like somebody here has become single and is now independent and is doing all the things that they need to do for themselves, but there still is a regret. The thing is we got 2 5s here and something is going to change quickly. I feel like somebody here is romanticizing the past. It's those people who's like, but I love them. And they're going to try again. It's going to crash and burn and try again and crash and burn because it was supposed to stay in the past. And so I feel like somebody here is still in regret for letting it go. We've got the moon in the reverse. Something here is being revealed to you. Tell me what it is. This thing might help you heal. Tell me what's being revealed here. We've got the 9 of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Star. And we've got the 6 of Wands. Look, there's something much more exciting for you coming in the future. Wish fulfillment is here. Something you've hoped for is here, but you're blocking it. You're blocking it right now with the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Swords by looking into the past or not being able to let something go. There's something really wonderful, fun, exciting. Someone might have their eye on you. Someone might be giving you a lot of attention and you're just turning away because there's wish fulfillment here. That's what's here. But I feel like the universe is telling you, you got to let it go first. You've got to let this go. The 9 of Swords, excuse me, in the reverse is you've got to let go of it. That's what's being revealed to you. You're single for a reason. You're not supposed to be hanging out in that relationship. And so it's gone. It's done. Let it go. Tell me what the outcome is. Yeah, I feel like there is somebody here with their eye on you and there's something like somebody here is giving you attention and they are your wish fulfillment. And it feels like you are single, but you are still attached to some sort of hurt or something that happened to you in the past here. What's the outcome? The outcome is the Hierophant. We've got the 7 of Cups and we've got the 3 of Pentacles. Confusion about the path I'm supposed to be on and the group I'm supposed to be in. And it feels like it's, oh, that's what it is. I feel like you have found a group of people who really love you. It's overwhelming, though, that this group of people, these people here are very kind. It feels like they're very grounded. They're very cooperative, collaborative. They invited you into their community. And I feel like you feel some type of way about that because it's almost like the sky's falling Chicken Little or someone's ready to rip the carpet out from under you. It's like you don't trust the situation. I'm going to say that you can, though, because the Hierophant is here. This is stable. This is structured. This is a traditional group of people who are willing to cover you in love, right? Like it feels like emotions, but I feel like you're overwhelmed by it. You're overwhelmed by this new group of people because I feel like your psyche is being fed by something that was really terribly damaging for you, and it's hard for you to let it go. So I feel it's almost like it's a worth issue at this point, that you feel like you belong in this 10 of Swords, that maybe you ended something and you're feeling sad about that, still feeling bad about hurting someone. But I don't think there was any way to save it because of the 5 of Swords and the Knight of Cups. I think it was a chaotic, argumentative relationship with no chance of survival. Tell me what's around the corner. We've got the Magician. So you have the power to create something new here. But I think that the Lovers in the reverse is your block. So something new. The Page of Cups is here. So there is, I'm going to say there is something new for you in the future here, Libra. And it might already be here right now because the good news is the Page of Cups. I feel like there is something here that you're not exactly seeing for what it is. Because I feel like you have the power to create something new here, but the Lovers is in the reverse. And so I feel like it's because the 10 of Swords is here. There's something here that you're unable to let go of. The universe has been trying to encourage you to heal, to look forward into the future. You can see that the person on this horse is looking into the future and trying to encourage you to look into the future and stop worrying about what's behind you. There is still romance here, but I feel like you're still sort of stuck to something you can't let go of, something that was really hard for you to let go of. Yep, you've got to take charge, my friend. You've got to take charge and get things stable. Yeah, because you have a lot of love to give. King of Cups is here. You have a lot of love to give. The Emperor is here. You've got to take charge of the situation, take charge of your mental health, take charge of the way that you're thinking. It's time to change your mind, to take charge of the situation here, my friend. All right. Got Aries here, Leo, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, Scorpio. We had all 3 5s here, so something is changing quick. I feel like you're going to change your mind, so don't panic. I feel like you're going to change your mind in the next 7 days, but I feel like it's just taking some time. Passive night. It's taking your time to change your mind about how romance works, because I think you were really hurt before. We have Taurus, we have Cancer, more Cancer energy, Taurus, and yeah, we said Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Speaking of Scorpio, happy birthday to you. Scorpio, how you doing? Have you had a birthday yet? Tell me in the comments, please, if you've had your birthday or if it's around the corner. Let's find out what's going on with Scorpio. Are you in October Scorpio or in November Scorpio? I'd like to say happy birthday to you. Tell me about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Oops. All right. Well, here we go. Ten of Swords is here. Page of Wands. We've got the Two of Wands, and let's cover up a little bits of things here. And we've got the Devil. Two of Wands. You are trying to make a decision to relieve yourself of something, to let something go. The Page of Wands. It does feel like, it feels, the thing is I think that when you finally do let it go, it's quite exhilarating. But the Two of Wands tells me that you're kind of stuck here right now. You're at the precipice of letting something go. It feels like the Two of Wands is telling me that you have to make the decision, and maybe you've already made the decision, to leave a place, to take some action, to do something, because the Two of Wands is facing the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands has their hand on a wand, and so is the Two of Wands. It feels like that there is a plan. I'm going to say a plan is in effect right now, that you're trying to make a plan to let go of something that is, or to walk away from something that is very codependent, very toxic, something that doesn't make you feel good. It feels like it is something that has been dead or done for a while, but you still are carrying it around. Which means that, look, maybe you're in a relationship, like a dead-end relationship, and you haven't left yet. Or maybe you're at a job that you hate that's terrible and toxic and you haven't gone yet. And I feel like it's been gone for a long while here. But you're still living in this, I want to call it a poop soup. Like you're living in this poop soup of the Devil and the Ten of Swords, which is really terrible energy. Because it feels like you don't feel ready to go out into the future and make a different decision. Tell me what the Ten of Swords is, please. Tell me what the Ten of Swords is. We've got the Empress. We've got the Eight of Cups. And we've got the Six of Wands. See, there it is. Now, when the Empress is here, it's a new vibration. So I feel like you are releasing toxic friendships, toxic people in your life in general, acquaintances, friends, family members. It feels like you are detaching, slowly, emotionally detaching from people who have hurt you, who have betrayed you. I feel like you were allowing these people to wander in and out of your life because they were part of your friend group, or maybe they were friends of friends. It feels like you have decided, you get into a group of friends. I'll just use friends as the group, because for some of you, it could be family, but that's really hard to touch on, right? It could be a friend of yours, like maybe your bestie since forever, and that person hangs out with someone who's completely toxic. Someone who makes bad decisions, someone who is obsessive in their fire energy, someone who is making poor decisions for their future. And maybe you just got to say to your friend, look, if those are the people you're hanging out with, then I can't hang out with you. That's one of the hardest decisions you'll make. I had to do it myself. And so when you're in the Empress energy, you have some pretty tough boundaries, because you realize your worth, and you're not realizing your worth based on, like, you're not comparing yourself to anybody. It's not like you're saying that someone else doesn't have worth. It's like you notice yourself in the mirror and say, I'm worth more than that. And so you stop betraying yourself. And so I feel like with this Eight of Cups here, you begin to pull away slowly from a person, a group of people, a situation, a job, whatever it is, because you know that that there are a group of people here who are about to cheer you on because you're doing the right thing. So I don't feel like you are going to be alone in your choices, but I do feel like you're making a plan to move off into the future, and take some sort of a risk of letting people in your life go who are not good for you, and not because you think you're better than them or on a different vibrational level. People like to see it as hierarchy all the time, and I don't think it's hierarchy. I think it's just trusting the self and having deciding that you're worth more than that. I'm not going to allow people to treat me like that anymore. We've got the 8 of Wands. Something here is moving forward. I feel like you are putting an end to something that is going to be very painful, not only for them, but for you as well. And I feel like you've decided, I'm just going to move forward. Boy, are you ever. So when we make these big decisions in our life to pivot, that's when the Tower shows up. So the Tower, the universe notices you, noticing yourself, making decisions that are better for you, and you are ready for the upgrade in your own vibration. And so then the universe throws the Tower and says, good. Now I'm going to break down everything that was the illusion. The people that you thought were your friends, and all the texts, like the people who you thought were in your life for the right reasons. Some of them could be family. I'm just saying. Somebody here is breaking away from a toxic group of people, and it could be your family. I've got the Tower here and the Chariot. No more. I am disciplined. I am in balance. My masculine feminine's in balance. I'm in balance emotionally, and I'm moving forward. I feel like this is a big thrust forward. It feels like I just got to leave this place. With the 8 of Wands and the Chariot here, with the Tower here, this Tower is coming swiftly. It's coming in the next 7 days or so. And it feels like it is going to be a place where finally you get disciplined in the mind and say, okay, I'm not going back here. You can go ahead and fall the Tower. I'm not going back here. Destroy it. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. You feel confident enough to say to the universe, look, I'm never going back there. I've shut the door. I've closed the energetic door. I'm not going back there. And so this causes a Tower. Now, Towers are really hard to go through. This one's a very emotional one for you because the Chariot is here, but please understand that this Tower is bringing you back into alignment. It's bringing you into this place of discipline in your emotions where you feel very confident that you're able to move forward alone, right? With the 9 of Pentacles. I can do it alone. I can build it alone. I can be alone. I can leave the relationship and be single and I'll be fine. It feels like somebody here is making a very emotional decision to move forward away from something that you've been around for a while. And I feel like it's because you realized your worth. You're like, I can't do this anymore. It's time for me to step away. The outcome, we do have the 7 of Swords. Been seeing that in the outcome a lot today. We've got the Moon. And we've got the 4 of Wands. So I think that people that you used to see as being your stability, people that used to be feeling like family, feeling like celebration, yeah, you know what it feels like? I'm going to say that it feels like somebody who used to do a lot of partying. You couldn't wait to get off work on Friday so you can go spend all your money on booze and whatever, to go party with your friends, then you feel terrible on Sunday afternoon waiting, I gotta go back to work. It feels like somebody here has broken that toxic loop. That's what it feels like here. The 7 of Swords is here with the Moon energy, and so I feel like people don't know what to do with you. The outcome is that they're not going to know what to do with you when you decide that you have more worth in this, and I'm just not going to do that to my body anymore. And not because you think they have less worth than you. I just want to make that clear. There comes a time in your life when you're like, no, I don't want to feel that way anymore. I don't want to spend all my money on that anymore. I don't want to be coaxed into doing those behaviors anymore. That's not what I want for me anymore. Yeah, you've been carrying it around for a while here. We have the 10 of Wands and the Magician, and we have the World card. And so the World card tells me that this is the end of the line. It's the end of the cycle because you've decided that you're going to Release the things that you've been carrying around. I think that you've been trying to play small in another vibration because you didn't want to lose the friends, the family, the relationship, the marriage, whatever it is, or the job. You knew that you were going to have to walk out of there. And I think that you've been trying to put it off for a while. Look, we all do it. We all linger about because we don't want to face the tower. But the truth of the matter is you can't tiptoe around the tower. You have to go through. There's no way around it. And the World card is here. Look, you're going to look at this as an accomplishment. It's going to be hard though, because I feel like things are going to go sideways for a little bit. The Magician tells me you're ready to create something new, because the World card is here, shifting you out of an old cycle here. We have the Knight of Wands, but you're going to have to be brave because, man, it's going to be tough. The Knight of Wands is brave and runs in fire because I don't want to feel any of it. I'm already on fire. I just got to keep, if this is hell, just keep going. You know what I mean? This is not going to be easy for you, Scorpio, but I mean, if anybody could do it, you could. Damn, the Queen of Swords keeps showing. I'm telling you, I think out of all of these readings I've done, probably at least 5 of them, 6, 7, 8, at least 5 of them have come up with the Queen of Swords. This is a week for Queen of Swords here. Somebody here is getting their footing, telling the truth. Look, if you don't like the truth, I don't really care. Something here is dying or dead because there's a vulture here ready to pick over the bones. It might be the bones of whatever happens when the truth comes out. Ooh, look at that. Yep, the Emperor and the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant. Look, I'm completely and totally justified in what I'm doing. I know the God's on my side. I know that I'm doing the right thing. I know that I am doing the stable thing. I'm doing the traditional stable thing, and I'm taking control of my life. I feel like for somebody here, you could be meeting your Emperor or your Empress. I feel like you're being leveled up to go into a different vibration because you're about to meet someone who's on your vibration if you're the Emperor or the Empress. But I feel like the truth has to be told, and that's just the facts, Jack. And I think that it's going to cause a tower and a shit show and things will go sideways. You will heal from it, but it's not easy. We've got Libra energy here. We've got Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. We've got Aries and Gemini. We've got Capricorn energy, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus, and Libra. We've got Cancer and Pisces, Libra. Yeah, I already said Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Interesting. Queen of Swords keeps showing up. People standing up for themselves. Let's talk about you, Sagittarius, my fire family, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sagittarius. How are you, Saggies? I hope you're well, friends. Let's find out what's going on for you in the next 7 days, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. It's going to be for the next 7 days, Sag. We've got the Knight of Wands. Something here is about to pick up speed. Ooh, warp speed. Okay, that's what Charlie just said. Charlie is my guide, by the way, if you've never been here before. Yeah, I'm that kind of crazy. But warp speed. Something is picking up speed here. And you're going to have to be brave this week for something that is picking up speed. Okay, we've got the 9 of Cups. Oh, but it's good. It's really good. Something's coming into alignment. Your wish fulfillment is here. And I feel like it is picking up speed here. Something that possibly you've been waiting on. Chariot is here. Something is really picking up speed here. I feel like it could be emotional. We've got the 9 of Cups here, and while all those pots are in alignment there, it does feel like it could be happiness or wish fulfillment. You know why I think it is here now, Sag? Because the 9 of Cups is telling me you no longer require external validation, that you're happy from the inside out, that you're not waiting for something from the outside to make you happy on the inside. The new shoes, the new car, the new relationship. I feel like you're just done with all of that. Because the Chariot is showing me here that you're really in balance. You're really disciplined your emotions. You're ready to move forward in a very quick and forceful way, but to victory. And the victory that you're getting here is the 4 of Wands, excitement, celebration, stability. It feels like possibly a soulmate connection. It feels like you go from being in this place of the 5 Wands, which is instability and indecision, to the 9 of Cups. I'm really sure about what I want. And so because now that you've made the decision that you're really sure about what you want, everything comes barreling at you. Here it comes. What is this? What are we talking about? We're talking about the Queen of Wands. We're talking about the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, and the Two of Cups. Something that has been moving toward you really slowly here, Sag, is about to pick up, and it's all because you have leveled your vibration into a place where you're like, screw that. I don't need it. You don't want it. You don't want it. I don't want it. You don't care. I don't care. The Queen of Wands is very carefree. Why? Because she's independent. I say she because there's a woman on the deck, but we've got the Queen of Wands is someone who is feminine or masculine, independent, very creative, somebody who I kind of like the way the Queen of Wands is looking over at the Knight, like, yeah, you've been taking your sweet ass time. I feel like the Queen is pushing the Knight of Pentacles along to this Two of Cups. It feels like you've been waiting on someone to maybe reveal their feelings or say something to you, or it feels like you've been slow like at a snail's pace, like little inchworms sort of slow at a snail's pace. You've been deepening a connection with somebody. And I feel like it's now coming for you. I feel like you've been patient. You've been in your Queen of Wands energy, which is independence. I'm focusing on me. I'm doing the creative thing. I'm resilient and doing all the things that I want. 4, 5, 6. I'm getting a lot of attention. I am celebratory in some sort of celebratory energy. But it feels like something you've really wanted is now picking up speed. Something that was moving so slow. We could be talking about a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, if we're talking about a person, or an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo, maybe a Cancer. Tell me more about this. We've got the Devil. Someone here is going to let you know that they're very attracted to you. They're going to say something. It feels like somebody can't hold it in anymore. Tell me about the Devil. King of Swords. I'm giggling to myself because the King of Swords is the one who's head over heart, right? That's the one who is keeping it in. The person who is like, I'm just going to keep it under the surface. I'm not going to let you know that I like you. I'm just going to keep it to myself, keep it to myself, keep it to myself. And then boom, the Devil's here with the Knight of Wands. It feels like somebody's not going to be able to keep it to themselves anymore. They're trying to intellectualize it. They're trying to, but they're obsessively thinking, right? Because the Devil is like something that you do over and over on a loop. And the King of Swords is here. So the King of Swords is trying to make sense of it all, using facts and figures, and, you know, maybe it's not the right time. And like, it feels like somebody is trying to be very logical or analytical about the whole thing. But the truth of the matter is in doing that, they are creating the opportunity to come forward. So the King of Swords has been obsessively on a loop thinking about you. But I feel like the Magician energy is here. What they've been doing is creating, you know, when we're thinking about something obsessively, whether it's good or bad, we are creating it, right? When we are what we think. So I feel like this is what's going on. That this person, they could be someone who is an air sign, an Aquarius, a Libra, a Gemini, could be a Capricorn or a Sagittarius. It feels like this person doesn't realize that whatever they think about on a loop is what they're creating. This person is creating the momentum to come forward quickly and tell you something because they can't hold it back any longer. Page of Swords. So they've been watching you. They've been watching you from a distance, clutching their pearls like, oh my God, I've just got to say something to Sag. They can no longer just sit back and watch. What are they seeing when they watch here? 5 of Swords, 9 of Wands. They're seeing you heal yourself. They're seeing you use really healing words. It's like this person knows you're the wounded warrior, Sag, but they see you being someone who is very stable, who's working through their grief, somebody who is not holding any grudges. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Someone who's very careful with their words, who's moved on from something that was really, really hard. This person admires you because you're somebody who's been through a lot. You've had to be resilient, right? Queen of Wands is your energy. You've had to be really resilient, and you've gone through a lot of loss. But I think that they are watching you from a distance. Change your life. 2 5s here. More than 1 5 for me is quick change. Change your life from the 9 of Wands to the Queen of Wands energy. What is the outcome, please? So you're inspiring somebody to come forward here. We've got the Hermit energy is the outcome. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's coming out of hermit mode, woo, to tell you about the way that they feel. Something here is changing. I feel like what's changing is somebody's silence. I feel like somebody has been silent with you, or there hasn't been a whole lot of communication, maybe little bits here and there. But it's because this person has been analyzing the situation. They've been watching you from a distance. The Wheel of Fortune being here tells me everything is about to change because destiny has now gotten involved and is expanding the heart space of somebody here. And that's why they can't let go. Look, none of us can fight the Wheel of Fortune. It's happening in October. And it does feel like it's happening in the next 7 days, likely in the month of October here. We're the 26th today, so it could reach into November for some of you. But it does feel like somebody here can no longer be quiet or deny the deep feelings that they have. The Queen is quite deep, right? They feel like they have not only a connection with you intellectually, because the King of Swords is never, ever going to entertain somebody who's not smart. And I feel like they're realizing, there's no way that I can hold this back. The Wheel of Fortune is here and everything's got to change about the heart space. And I have to come out of hermit mode to tell Sag how I feel. We've got the 10 of Cups. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. And we've got Temperance. Look, I think it's because you make them feel really stable and grounded. When they're around you, they feel happy. When they're around you, they feel like you've got it, like everything is under control. You make them feel comforted, you make them feel taken care of, it's like you really see them. Temperance card is here. There's no way that they can ignore the Temperance card with the Wheel of Fortune. It's the moment of alchemy. It's the moment of alchemy, the time of destiny, and it's time for me to finally say something to Sag about how they make me feel. They might not say to you, look, I'm terribly in love with you, but they might say, gosh, I feel so great around you. And I've been noticing the things that you've been posting on social media. I like to follow you because you're really positive. It feels like that you've come from a hard place. They think you're a soulmate. That's really lovely. This person feels like they've known you from somewhere before. And so I feel like somebody here is going to be telling you the next time you see them, with the 3 of Cups, maybe the next time you see them in a social gathering, but it also could be the next time that maybe the next time is they're asking you out. It could be that because we have, look at that. We have the Knight of Swords, the 3 of Cups, and then the Empress here. They see your worth, and I feel like somebody here you overflow their cup is what it feels like. They see your worth. Somebody here is going to tell you that they either want to take you out or that they want to see you at the next gathering, whatever that is. It feels like they might ask you to meet them somewhere that's public, possibly to a gathering. So we have Libra and Taurus. We have Gemini, Cancer energy. We have Scorpio. We have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We have Gemini and Aries. We have Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We've got more Cancer energy. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. Alrighty. All right, Capricorn. Let's find out what's going on for you. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cappies for the next 7 days, Capricorn. Whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, could resonate for you. Let's find out what's going on for Capricorn in the next 7 days. Tell me about Capricorn. We have the Queen of Wands. So something here is about to move forward here. Something you've been resilient about. Tell me about what's going on with Capricorn. Ooh, Tower. I feel like the Tower is coming to remove some sort of an obstacle and push you forward here. Tell me about the Tower. Got the 8 of Pentacles. It feels like there's a breakthrough here on something that you've been working on. It might be something that's close to the heart. It could be something that you've been keeping under the surface, but there also could be a breakthrough with the King of Cups. So if it's not work related, if it's not money related, it feels like it could be emotional or romantically related. There is, for some of you, I want to say, a project that you've been keeping under the surface. And if this is you, it feels like you've been working on something silently, quietly, learning things, becoming a subject matter expert, really getting practical and going over details, very analytical, something that you are, when you do come out with it, when you show people, they're going to say, whoa, because it feels like you've really been working on something under the surface. I'm going to say you haven't been, even though you've been visiting with your regular friends and seeing your family, you haven't been telling anybody what's going on. I feel like you're about to reveal something. I think the Tower is about to reveal something that you've been working on, possibly that's very close to your heart. For some of you, it feels like it's been taking its time. Something here has been moving really slowly. But I feel like the Tower is here to shift it into high gear now. It feels like if it is a relationship that we're talking about, that someone who has been under the surface or someone who's not been showing you their cards, like their emotional cards, it feels like somebody who's been holding back or moving slow. I feel like the Tower is here to say that there is going to be movement here, that the Tower is crashing into the Eight of Pentacles, and it feels like whatever was moving slow now is going to move a little quicker because an obstacle has been removed. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. It's going to allow you to just continue to push forward here, but I also feel like the Queen of Wands energy is telling me that something's about to pick up speed, or that you're about to get something that you want, that you've been possibly chasing mentally. It doesn't mean that you've been chasing it physically, but in your mind, you've been chasing it. Like, where is it? How come it's not coming? What's going on? Why isn't this person? It's like the Queen of Wands is quite psychic, right? That Sagittarian energy. And it feels also with Scorpio in the room here that the King of Cups energy here is telling me that somebody's been keeping their feelings under the surface, but you already know, because the Ace of Swords is here. You know that this person's attracted to you. You know how they feel already because you have a knowing. There it is, right? We have the King and the Queen of Cups here. You know that this person is mirroring you, that something is slowly unfolding. It feels like something you're familiar with or that we have known before. I'm just going to say with the lotus flowers that are unfolding here, it always indicates like the unfolding of something that already was, but is opening now. So, you know, the lotus flower it grows in the mud, and it feels like something was slow, or we couldn't get it moving, or we couldn't see it because it was below the surface and it was muddy a little bit. But it feels like with these lotus flowers opening now, that there is sort of a clarity or a realization. And so I feel like you know that there's a connection between you and somebody else here, and it's about to come to the surface because some sort of slow moving energy is being removed with the Tower. Yep, things are about to move forward here. If you are somebody who's looking at this that has something to do with work, I feel like there's going to be a Tower that's showing up at work here. And I think it's going to be emotional. It feels like things are moving forward into a calmer place, but I also feel that it involves something that has to do with the Ace of Swords. There's a truth coming out here that I feel somebody is going to it feels like somebody is going to hear something about the workplace that you knew was already happening. You had suspected, or your intuition was on high, telling you that this is what was going down. It could be a relationship that's being revealed. Maybe there were two people dating that you thought were dating, that they were treating each other differently. It could be that. But it feels like there's like a bomb about to be dropped in the workplace. And I'm going to say that there's two people moving on. Maybe there's a couple of major players quitting. It could be that. It could be people that are moving around. It could be a restructuring of the workplace. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse. We have the World card, and we have the Five of Cups. So there is something that's coming along that is going to close a chapter. And so it does feel like, Capricorn, that there is something to do with your workplace here. Something is coming to light or is being revealed that we have to move on. It could be that there are a couple people leaving the workplace. It feels like with the World card here that we're at the end of a chapter, and it makes some of us sad. So your boss could be moving on to a different part of the organization, or could be quitting altogether. But it feels like it does remove a block. So it feels like it could remove a block, and it could make a place for you because it's removing a block. So maybe this person was somebody who had the job for 15 years and nobody ever thought they would go, but now that they're going, it's making building blocks for you to get closer to the place that you want to be in the workplace. Five of Swords is in the reverse. I feel like this person wants to leave and nobody's going to fight it. If we are talking about a romantic thing that doesn't have to do with the workplace, I feel like there are two people that are moving forward on something here. Someone has had an aha moment. I think it's the King of Cups, and the King of Cups no longer wants to fight their feelings with the Five of Swords here. I can't fight my feelings anymore, REO Speedwagon. Come crashing through the door, honey. I can't fight my feelings anymore. So it does feel like somebody here doesn't want to fight their feelings anymore, and that the World card being here tells me that someone is finally at a milestone or an accomplishment. It feels like somebody here is very emotional. I don't think the Five of Cups is representing sadness, though. It feels like somebody is almost hiding their face, like they feel like you're just going to turn them away. But the two fives being here tells me something is about to change quickly. So it does feel like for some of you, this is going to change in the next 7 days. Something here is coming to the surface. What is the outcome, please, for Capricorn? We have the Justice in the reverse. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Five of Wands. I feel like some of you, if it's the workplace thing, the restructuring, or two people that are leaving, or maybe there's a relationship that shows up that sort of shakes the whole foundation of the workplace, I don't think you're going to like it. It feels like there's no justice here. So I don't think you're going to like the restructuring. I don't think that you're going to like the way this has come about. But I feel like it eventually comes to a place where you're, I would say, emotionally content about the way things happen, but always when there's a shakeup at work, it's always hard to deal with, right? If we are talking about relationship here, it feels like somebody is really in a tug and pull with themselves. Do I get into this relationship because I'm really happy by myself? Like the Nine of Cups is about building it on your own. And so I've built my own happiness. This is something that I really want. What if I get no justice and I go into this relationship and then things crash to the ground with the Tower being here? Tell me what's around the corner for Capricorn. Got the Hierophant. This is going to end up in some sort of deep commitment here. We've got the Page of Cups. And we've got the Magician. I feel like it's going to be a surprise to you. Like, not a surprise, because I think the Queen of Cups is somebody who's quite psychic, quite intuitive. I don't think it's going to be a whole big surprise to you, but somebody is going to reveal their feelings, which might be the surprise. Feels like someone is having some sort of moment of awakening, and they can't fight their feelings anymore, and it's time for me to have this milestone and bring things to full circle here. The Page of Cups is the good news that something is creating itself here, and I think what's being created is a commitment here, and two people are coming together in happiness and celebration. We're going to be celebrating being together. I feel like if it is the work thing, that you're going to get used to it. It is going to end up having more money, so you might end up being promoted, or something is going to move you forward in your position here because someone else is leaving. It feels like it relieves financial tension for you. So something you've been waiting for relieves financial tension. You could be getting a promotion or being moved up in the ranks because somebody else has left. I think it's two people, because maybe the place that they're at tells them that they can't date as long as they work at the same place. If this is romantic, it feels like finally this person said something. You get to release the burden of carrying around the Ten of Pentacles. Is this going to be long-term or not? I think that after waiting, somebody's finally going to tell you about what their intentions are. We've got Scorpio energy. We've got Aries and Gemini. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. More Taurus, some Pisces. Scorpio and Cancer. Libra. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, and Taurus. All right, Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius. Aquarius, whether you get this today, tomorrow, next year, it could resonate for you. Tell Tell me what's going on with Aquarius. For some of you, it's not going to resonate today. Got the Six of Pentacles. Why is that? Got the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. I think you are overthinking something. And understand that I don't know that it doesn't require overthinking. The Emperor is here with the Moon. Ooh, somebody doesn't know your power. I kind of like that, because it gives me this sort of badassery feeling with the Moon and the Emperor. It's like, no, they don't understand. They don't understand who they're dealing with. That's what that makes me feel like. And the Wheel is here too. Ooh, and the Ten of Swords. Look, you don't even know who you're dealing with. Whoever you are, cross-watcher, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't understand that the person you're dealing with is an emperor. And what I mean by that is this person could be someone who's quite powerful, or they are just someone who's really secure, really stable, someone who makes decisions that are brutal. Like they will just swing the sword and that you will never hear from them again. It feels like something here is about to change for you, Aquarius. And it's because something is coming to an end and people don't understand your power. The Moon is hiding it. It's like people or a person, maybe even an employer, somebody is underestimating you, and you would be, that would be the wrong move to underestimate Aquarius. We've got the Seven of Swords. There's something under the surface here, something that you know about that other people may not know about. And I feel like you're keeping it under the surface, but you're overthinking it. Maybe not overthinking it, but keeping it to yourself. And it might have something to do with money, time, effort, energy, a job, a new business. The Ten of Pentacles is here. It could be a relationship. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. I feel like, it feels like right now you're giving someone reciprocal energy, but under the surface, you're making a plan to reveal yourself to them, reveal exactly that you know what's going on. See, that's the thing about having Aquarius in the room that y'all don't understand. Aquarius doesn't miss a damn thing. And so you don't understand that you're dealing with an Aquarius until they swing the sword. And that's what I kind of love about that energy. It's so badass, right? You don't understand who you're dealing with until they bring themselves to the surface. And so I think that right now, Aquarius, you're under the surface, making plans to do something that is going to be beneficial to you. But I think that the Six of Pentacles is, I don't want to alarm anybody. I don't want to alarm them. They don't know that I know what's going on. They don't know that I've got all the details. Tell me what the Six of Pentacles is. You're giving someone reciprocal energy at this time, but there is something else that's under the surface here that you're not telling them. We've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. What's this? Ooh, King of Swords just showed up. Neato. Okay, tell me what the King of Swords. Chariot. So that's kind of just what I said. Look, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is everything stops, right? Everything stops. We're no longer taking our time to get there. I've just stopped. And they don't realize I've stopped. It's like the third hand on the clock stopped and nobody noticed. The King of Swords is here waiting for the moment to have that burst of energy to go forward and get the success that they've been looking for. This definitely feels like a business deal, or it feels like somebody has underestimated you, Aquarius. That they don't understand that you will swing the sword and walk out of the room just wiping it on your pants. You know what I mean? They don't understand that who they're dealing with. And I don't say that there's going to be any violence here. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is somebody here feels like they have you where they want you, and that's exactly the time that you come out swinging. But your sword is so sharp that you only need to swing once. So I feel like you're keeping the Six of Pentacles here. It feels like you're keeping everything on the surface here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're buddies. We'll go back and forth. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like casino, you know, right? Yeah. Nah, you're my buddy. It's fine. You're okay. But you know what's going on, Aquarius. You know what's going on here. We've got the sun, because you can see it all. Like, you can't get anything past Aquarius. The Ace of Wands is here, and the Two of Wands. So you're 3 steps ahead. You're already planning what you're going to do in the future, because you see all the details. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if this is a relationship. I don't know. It could be a job. Look, the Ten of Pentacles could be a long-term relationship, a long-term friendship. It could be something that you're planning for the long term, but it feels like it's something that is under the surface that you've been planning, because you see everything under the sun. It feels like you are all too happy just to walk off into the future. But I think that there is a group of people, a person, a job, whatever the situation is, somebody has underestimated you. You are giving them reciprocal energy just so as not to alarm them. But it feels like you're about to make some sort of a bold move forward here. You're about to release something, make a bold move. Cancer energy is always under the surface, but very disciplined. And I feel like you are about to walk off into the future and say, here's all the things. It's like you're putting down the file in front of them and said, this is what I know about you. High Priestess. You could be somebody who's a Pisces, Aquarius cusp, and that would mean you are psychic AF. Yep. That when your spidey sense goes off, you listen to it. You've learned to listen to it. And when your spidey sense goes off, that's when the King of Swords goes into overdrive. That's when you start watching the room, casing the joint, watching everybody's micro movements, how eyebrows go up, how people are laughing, how people are half smiling. Tell me what the Seven of Swords is. This is very interesting. Tell me what the Seven of Swords is, please. We've got the King of Wands, we've got the Five of Swords, and we've got the Eight of Wands. So I feel like you are inspired to stand up and walk out and just move forward based on some information that you've received about someone who's been lying to you. I feel like you figured it out. Whatever it is, you figured it out, and you're about this. Whatever you figured out that this person is lying to you about is what has inspired you to just get up and walk out. The Eight of Wands, Five of Swords. I'm not even going to fight you, but I am going to win at any cost, because the King of Swords never gets up from the table unless they're leaving, and that's it. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Lovers. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like it probably is a relationship. Somebody knows that someone's either been cheating on them, has been lying to them, because that's what the King of Swords would do, would collect the data, make sure that they have it all right, make sure that they know what's going on, because when they come forward with everything, it's facts. It's not assumption, it's facts. It's not emotional, it's just business. And so I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles here, you've been waiting to show someone your cards. It feels like you're at a poker game waiting to show someone your cards here. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Everything changes in this relationship with the Lovers here. And this could be someone that you were quite enamored with. But I feel like you've been waiting because you know something about this person. Either they're cheating on you or they're dealing in passion with other people. There's a fundamental difference here. And I think that it has to do with somebody going outside the marriage, outside the relationship. Something that was supposed to be long-term. And, yeah. The Eight of Wands tells me you're out of there. Tell me what's around the corner for Aquarius. Tower. You're going to cause a tower for somebody here. Ooh. Death. Look at that. And the Moon. Wow. Sneak attack. That's sniper energy. Uh-huh. Yeah. You think I don't know what's going on. That's what I'm saying from your point of view, Aquarius. This has been going on for probably a week. Looking at 8 and 7, right? Maybe a couple of weeks. Maybe 10 years. It feels like something is about to end and cause a tower. Oh boy. And it's sniper attack. Okay, there we go. The Angel of the Night is here, so that's specific to this deck. Look, we got the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. I'm not investing here anymore. It's going to break somebody's heart. That's my final decision. Two of Swords is here. Eight of Pentacles. You have all of the data, the pie charts. You have everything that you need. So the Angel of the Night is specific to this deck, and the Angel of the Night only comes out when the dark night of the soul is over. So I feel like you've figured something out that was playing with your spidey senses, and you figured it out. It came out into the sun. Feels like you're now going off into the future here, and once you swing the sword, that's it. It's done. Death. Everything transforms and the tower falls. That's it. And you're out of there. You're out of the dark night of the soul. Oh boy. It's quite dramatic. It feels like a movie of the week. We've got Libra and Pisces. We've got Cancer and more Pisces energy. Leo, Scorpio, couple of Scorpios, right? This is going to happen in Scorpio season. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, more Gemini, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, Taurus, and Virgo. Oh my. All right. Pisces. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Pisces, this is your reading for the next 7 days. My water family. My two fishes friends. Let's find out what's going on for you, Pisces. What's going on for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. Pisces. Ten of Swords. Something here is painful but ending. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got Temperance card. And we've got the Tower. Ooh. It feels like this feels like a relationship breakup to me, Pisces. It does feel like there is something that is coming to an end. It feels like it might be something of the heart space or something that's romantic. I feel with the Temperance card here that it feels like there's no other way this could go down except through a moment of alchemy. It feels like everything balances itself out and it's the end of something because the Tower falls. Something is shifting here, and it's shifting for the purpose of timing. Like it feels like now is the time. It's supposed to be, it feels like you've run out of time on something here. You stayed too long, you tried to keep it balanced, you tried to keep it healed, but I feel like this Ten of Swords, let's find out what's going on here with this Ten of Swords. Tell me about this. I've got the Death card. Oh boy, something is coming to an end here. I've got the Hanged Man. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas here. Out of 6 cards, 5 major arcanas here. There's a lot of change going on. Look, I think you're getting some sort of a perspective here. It feels like somebody is leaving a relationship, something that is very serious, that was permanent, was a permanent structure that you had been building. And it feels like it's very close to your heart. So if it is not romantic, it feels like it is something that is very close to your heart. Something here is coming to a final end. We're not going back. There's no way to recover this. There is just no way. When the Ten of Swords and the Death card show up for me, that's permanent. That is, there's no way. It's not just the end of a chapter. It's like, I'm never going to see you again. This is never going to happen again. And it's because of some sort of perspective that somebody didn't expect was going to show up. It feels like it's Tower related. It feels like something shows up that is Tower related here. Tell me what's going on with the Tower. It feels like this is a shift or a realization, and it's happening at the right time. Like it's happening because it's supposed to happen at this time. What is the Tower? The Five of Wands, the Emperor, and the Ten of Pentacles. I think that you thought, I think that you thought that, so it feels like you thought that's it. This person isn't interested. They're not interested. They don't talk to me. They don't call me. I feel like you're in this energy of it's over. I might as well just go through all of the painful feelings of loss. I might as well just release it. I think you're wrong. I think that what's going to happen is you're going to realize that somebody has been holding back, or an indecision is going to come forward and cause a tower. And I think it's the Emperor. And I think the Emperor is bringing all 10 pentacles. I feel like somebody here is way more taken with you than you understand. I feel like you think it's done. It's over. There's no way I'm going back. Your perspective, your intuition is telling you. Your perspective is, no, this isn't happening, because it's quiet. It's dead silent. There's nothing going on. Things are not as they seem, though. That's the story of the moon, right? Things are not as they seem. And while you're here, already moving into this energy of this is it, this is the end, it's never going to happen. This person's not interested in me. I might as well stop hoping for it. That's when the moment of alchemy shows up, and the tower shows up as well. Things are not as they seem. Look, if the Emperor is showing up with the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, the only thing that was going on here is that the Emperor wasn't sure what they wanted to do. Look, the Emperor is somebody who is going to circle about before they make a decision. They need to look at things from all circumstances. They need to look at things from all sides, because the Emperor has a lot to lose. Risking everything in the Empire, risking everything in the Empire. And the Empire is a lot of kingdoms. Risking their throne, risking... just risking it all. Risking all their money, all their time. This person cannot make the wrong decision. And you're not going to see a long laundry list of things from the Emperor that they did not accomplish, win, or gain, or, the Emperor is always going to win. So the Emperor is not going to go in unless it's a sure thing. And I feel like that the Emperor has been circling you, and you think that it's over, dead, done, because a chapter has ended. And I don't know what that chapter is, but it feels like something was actually, it hasn't really ended. It's just in transition. It's just changing into something different, something that you're not familiar with. Yeah, we've got so you're about to get some information here. We've got the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. So I feel like you're about to get some clarity, and it's going to move everything forward. And I think that you're going to realize that you were worrying for nothing. It feels like there is some sort of, I hate to call it an aha moment, but it feels like it's a moment of great clarity. And I think that you're getting it because of the Tower. I think that the Emperor is going to tell you that you are it. You are the one. And I feel like that you're already in this dance of, okay, well, I'm just going to prepare the cemetery. I'm going to prepare the services. Like, it feels like you're already like dead, like this is dead and buried. It's done. And that's not what's going on. I feel like you were feeling the pause before the Emperor came forward to cause the Tower. So I think things are moving forward here. In fact, I think they're already in motion, because the 6 of Swords is here. And you will find that you will be in a calmer place. This is a place where there was a lot of worry, but once you get the clarity, you get to let it go. You get to release it here. The 3 of Cups. I feel like this person is about, like, you're about to go from 10 of Swords and the Death to celebration. It feels like you thought that was it. You had convinced yourself, nope, this is not going anywhere. I have a lot of feelings. This person has no feelings. That's it. It's over. My perspective is the moon. It's dark. They're not saying anything. They're not talking to me. And then it feels like things are not as they seem. You get great clarity. You get communication. All of a sudden you get the call or the text or whatever it is to ask you out. Could I please ask you out? And that's when the Emperor is going to tell you, I really like you. Can we just try this thing long term? If you're interested in seeing me and I'm interested in seeing you, and could we just make it a one-on-one thing here? I feel like what you were feeling, this whole thing you were feeling, was the contemplation of the Emperor. The Emperor was holding back, kind of nervous, because the Emperor only goes into win, and they didn't know if they were going to win all 10 pentacles or not. Tell me what the outcome is for Pisces. We've got the 9 of Wands. We've got the Star. And the Five of Cups. Look, I'm going to say be resilient. Your wish fulfillment is coming here. I know that you're already having the sad release party, but I don't think that that's what's going on here, my friend. I don't think that's what's going on here. Not you're already in this regret. I wished it could have worked out. I feel like your wish fulfillment is here. You just need to be resilient because, you know, like I said, the Emperor has a lot to lose, and the Emperor has to be so sure. Because they could lose everything if they pick the wrong person. Tell me what's around the corner for Pisces. We've got the Page of Swords. You're going to get some sort of a message. This person's been watching you grow, watching your confidence, realizing that you're very much on your own. You can do your own thing. You carry your own life. Feels like you built something on your own, and this person has realized that they want to come in and give you a lot of reciprocal energy. They want to shower you in gifts. They want to give you a lot of attention. One last card, Six of Cups, because they feel like you're a soulmate. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune's here. You have so many majors here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Something is changing major here for you, Pisces. Major. Oh boy. Okay, there we are. Something is changing for you. If you're the Empress, the Emperor's coming in. Whoever you were hoping would pursue you is about to pursue you, and it's going to change everything. I don't think you understand how big this change is, but when we're talking the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card, somebody's gotten a perspective that you know nothing about, and I feel like you think that they don't want you or not interested in you because they haven't said a word. I feel like you're up in your head fighting with yourself, thinking, oh, because you wouldn't move fast, that they're not interested in you. But truth is, the Strength card is here. This person's been holding back because they know this person knows that when they go in, they go all the way in. Like they're not here just to date. You're going to be the only one that they have their eyes on. That's it. And so the Wheel of Fortune is here. Destiny is here, my friend. This person could be an Aries. They could be a Sagittarius. We've got Aquarius here. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. I'm gonna leave that right there. That's pretty wild. Something's shifting hard and big, girl, or boy, whoever you are. Something is shifting. Major shift here. Well, I'm going to say that whoever this person is the one who is pursuing. So if you're the masculine leading person, whether you're the woman or the man, you're the one doing the pursuing, and the Empress is the one who is staying stationary. That's the one who's like, fine, if you don't want me, that's fine. I don't need you. But I think that the Emperor has decided differently. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go back and do more readings, and I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.